Time is 7 o'clock. So very good evening to one and all present for today's workshop on SLR and bibliometric analysis. On behalf of MTC Global family, I extend a hearty welcome to all of you. And we already have with us Dr. Shalini ma'am, who is the resource person for this 2 days workshop. And it's a great pleasure to introduce ma'am so that all the participants can know about her. Dr. Shalini Aggarwal, ma'am, an alumnus of the Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad, is a professor of finance at Chandigarh University, Mohali. She has a total work experience of 18 years of industry and teaching. She is an MBA with specialization in finance and PhD in the area of risk management practices in banking sector of India. She has more than 40 research papers published in SCI, Q1, Q2, Scopus, and ABDC. Her case studies are published in IIM Ahmedabad Case Center. She has also authored 2 edited books published by Taylor and Francis. She has completed 3 funded research projects, 2 with IIM Ahmedabad and 1 by IMS Ghaziabad. She has conducted more than 100 workshops on data analysis using time series data in SPSS, eViews, and Art Studio, and has delivered guest lectures at national and international levels like in South Africa, Bangladesh, Afghanistan, Thailand, Indonesia, and Brazil. It's a great pleasure to have ma'am with us for 2 days. Now I request ma'am, please kindly take over the session. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. And a very good evening to one and all present here. And I hope, can you see my screen, all of you? Can you see my screen, all of you? And I need the participants. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And my voice is also clear to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let's start with today's topic. So today's topic is on SLR, and that is also called as systematic literature review. That is called as systematic literature review. Okay. So anybody in the here, can you please tell me what is the difference between writing a normal paper and writing an SLR? Anybody here?
May I?
Yes.
As per my understanding, writing an SLR is a little different from writing a normal paper because in SLR, the SLR is considered to be the first and foremost step to conduct any research, and hence it requires the knowledge of all prior research work that has been done, and hence it actually takes care of every researcher, what are the theories that has been used, and it's a holistic view and maybe an integration of all the research ideas that has been so far in the process of research.
Yes. Thank you very much, Deepika. So let me start with it. So when we are doing a systematic literature review, so what is it that is required? In the systematic literature review, so we do the review of the past papers. Let's start with, before we start with this, we need to have some database. We need to have some database. Let me change the font size of it. Just a minute. Okay. We need some database. What do we mean by database? Like Scopus?
Sorry to interrupt you.
Size.
Sorry to
Yes.
interrupt you, Dr. Shalini. We are unable
Yes.
to see the screen. Are you sharing your PPT with us?
it's not the PPT, it's my screen. Let me rejoin this. Take minute, just give me a minute.
Yes, please. Thanks a lot.
Is my screen visible now?
Yes, please.
Now
Then
it
it
is.
is now.
Not now.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So when we are doing a systematic literature review, so we have to review the past papers, and for this, what is required is any database. The database is required. So the important databases that we have is Scopus and Web of Science, right? So this is a very, very important tool. How do we use that? So let's understand that as well. Just give me a minute. Let me open up a new file. Just give me a minute. Okay. So the first thing that you have to do is to decide the topic, right? Decide the topic. So let's say your topic is called sustainable finance, right? So sustainable finance is your topic. So you want to see who all have worked on this topic that is called as a sustainable finance. So what you have to do is, when we are doing an SLR, you need to have a previous papers. All those people who have already worked onto this topic that is called as a sustainable finance, right? So this is one keyword. For this, you need to have a keywords. Keywords is important. So now let's say that I want a topic that is called as a sustainable finance. So I need a keywords that needs to be explored. Let me take you to this website. This is the Scopus website. You type scopus.com. You type scopus.com. If you have an access to the Scopus database. So this is the first page that will open. Let me increase the font size to it. Look at this. This is the first page that it will open. If you have an access to it, but if you do not have an access, so this page will not turn out to be. So you can see from here, what is important here, article title, extract and keywords. We can search this database on different criteria. We can write, ये क्या help करता है हमारी? How does it help our Scopus database? So it has previous papers. It has, let me tell you this. Let me write it here. Scopus database, if we talk about. So Scopus database consists of different journals, right? So different journals have papers. So Scopus database, what exactly it will do? It consists of different journals, right? And different journals have papers in it. So what it will do is, the keywords that you want to search, they will search into these many things. Look at this. It has different options. किसी भी paper, every paper has article, title, abstract, and keywords. It will search. What I'm trying to tell you, when you put the keywords here, let's say your topic is sustainable finance. Your topic is sustainable finance, or you want it on green bonds. What I'm trying to do, I'm trying to look for a keywords related to this topic that is called as a sustainable finance. So these are related words. If we are talking about sustainable finance, so these are related. What are the related keywords? Like green bonds, social bonds, or blue bonds, right? So all those paper that has an access to the Scopus database and has the keywords in their article title, abstract or keyword, it will bring those papers over here. Let me repeat this again, what I'm trying to tell you. Let me repeat this, let me close it down. So what I'm trying to tell you is we are talking about how to work for a SLR, right? So for SLR, that is a systematic literature review. So what is important? First of all, it is important that you should decide the topic. Then you decide the keywords that need to be searched into some database. Database, Scopus is a database, Web of Science is a database. So these are two important databases, right? So you need to search for the previously written papers, right, from these Scopus or Web of Science. So let's say I have a keyword. I wanted to do my thesis on this topic that is called as a sustainable finance. So I need to have the keywords, right? I need to find out the keywords. So let's say the keywords are social bonds, green bonds. This is a topic in finance, right? This is not a topic. This is a finance topic, green bonds. So you need to look into the keyword search, keywords. You need to find out the keywords, important keywords related to this topic, sustainable finance. So what it will do is, like, if let's say if I put it here, these topics or these keywords. So this keywords, what it will do, Scopus database, what it will do, it will look into the different papers. And all those papers that has a keywords in their article title, abstract or keywords of a paper, they will find out the papers over here. Let me click in here. So just have a look at this. So I've got around 5396. Somebody's saying something. Somebody's saying something?
Hello.
Anji.
Ma'am, I did not say anything. I have a question, if I may.
Yes, yes.
Ma'am, is there any scientific way or methodology to follow when we look forward for what keywords we should take it?
Keyword search, like you should know about the topic. इसके अंदर ये भी कर सकते हो. Let's say I have a topic that is called as a sustainable finance, right? So I don't know the keywords. So what I will do is, like, let's say this is a sustainable finance that I put here. Let me, यहाँ पे सिर्फ sustainable finance you put, and you click onto the search. So you will find one document. Anyways, यहाँ पर भी, यहाँ there is a keywords also. You can see from here. Is this okay with you? No, these are not okay, right? So otherwise, what you can do is, like, on the Google also, Google में what you can do is google.com पे भी आप search कर सकते हैं, and here you can type and see some of the papers. This is one way. There is another way that is called as a Google Scholar. You go to Google Scholar, type in there, and यहाँ पर what you can do is you can put it here as sustainable finance, right? So what you will see is a lot many papers they have come out here. यहाँ पर बहुत सारे पेपर हैं, right? This is also a way to find the papers for you. यहाँ पर what you can see is the PDF files of some of the papers that you have got. You can look, you can open these PDF files and you can look for the keywords out here. Are you getting me at this?
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Is that okay?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yes. So what we are doing is, like, if we want to search for a keyword, So this is another way to find it out. Anyways, so let's say or green bonds or social bonds. I think मैंने spelling भी गलत लिखा है, एक मिनट. Sustainable finance. Let me remove this. This is I think I've written the wrong spelling. Okay. Now you can see from here sustainable finance. Even here, the more documents will come because I have written spelling में थोड़ा सा mistake था. So you can see from here like this: sustainable development, sustainability finance, ESG. So you can see from the keywords here as well, or from here as well. Right. So let's proceed ahead. Sustainable finance or green bonds. You have to see whether you want this as O or you want this as and. In our case, it is inverted commas close. So what I have done is, let me take it there in a Word file. So what I have done here is, this is what I have written. Look at this. This is what I have written. I have written sustainable finance, yeah, inverted commas. If you have to write more than one word, so you have to put them into inverted commas or and word use. You can use the word or and. But here in our case, sustainable finance, similar words is green bonds, social bonds, and blue bonds. So or and inverted commas. So this is what I have used over here. So what this Scopus database will do is, like, it will search into the papers that it has, and it will give you a search. So let me click onto the search button here. So you can see you have got 6, 4, 7, 8 papers. Can you see to this? So you note down this number, right? So somewhere you note down this number. Right? I will write it here. Initial documents found 6, 4, 7, 8. These numbers are important. Why I'm writing it here? Because these numbers are important. I'll tell you how. Everything is to be mentioned in your paper when you're doing an actual paper, writing a paper. So these numbers will be important. What is the next thing? Now, it is not possible for anyone to do the research on this much of papers. So what it will do is, you will reduce the number. How you will do that? There are certain criteria on the left side.
Ma'am, maybe using by inclusion exclusion criteria.
Yes. So on the very left side of this, you have inclusion exclusion criteria. So that is what we are going to make use of. What is that? You can see years भी बहुत ज़्यादा पुराने हैं. It is before 1952. That is not of use to us. So what we'll do is, let's say we'll take the year, let's say 2000. Enter this. So what you will do is 6207. The number has decreased. So what again we will do is, let's say we want only business management and accounting. Are you able to see my screen, all of you? Please raise your hands if you are able to see my screen. सभी देख पा रहे हैं?
अभी कुछ और दिख रहा है.
हाँ जी.
Now that is all this mirrored. Now it is. Yes, ma'am.
हाँ, वो तो मैंने change करता. So what you have to do is, because we have a lot number of papers, so we need to reduce this search. So we'll choose only business management and accounting, and then we'll do limit 2. Okay? So it will, the number will still reduce. It will go to 1152. Can you see to this? The number has reduced. So uske baad, we need only articles. It has different document type: articles, book chapter, book, conference paper, review. So what we normally prefer is the article type, and that is 675. So number will again reduce to 675. So only the English limit 2. Okay? And anything else that we want to do it here? No. So from here, you can see that now we have got 659 articles in totality. So this is the final number that we have selected. Right? So final number selected.
Ma'am,
Hanji,
hello.
Hanji, I can hear you.
Ma'am, I have one doubt.
Hanji.
How many numbers we should ideally keep for doing this systematic literature review, ma'am?
You know, yes. Actually, if you have 400 papers, maybe you can do the SLR. And minimum number, maximum to आप कर ही सकते हो, but try to have around मतलब 600 से ज़्यादा ना ही हो तो ही better है. And plus minimum जो number कर सकते हो, that can be 40. That is, I was hearing a video by Justin Paul. So he only said कि you can do the literature review. The minimum number can be 40 because there must be some papers जिस पे ज़्यादा research नहीं मिले, तो उसमें 40 भी चलते हैं. But you know, here you have to read all these papers. That is what is important. 659 papers. So now this is a big number. तो आप अभी इसको और भी कर सकते हो. यहाँ पर and भी लगा सकते हो. ये तो मैंने I have only talked about sustainable finance. यहाँ पे you can put the further search criteria in and, like in firms, whatever, or organizations. आप यहाँ पे you can refine your search. यहाँ पे if we do that, मुझे लगता है बहुत कम हो जाएंगे numbers. 169. This is also good number because you have to, you know, the number of papers that you got, you have to read it, right? All the papers, most of the papers, what you have to do is you have to read most of the papers. This is what is important. That is why we try to reduce the number, but number 300, 300 plus 400, this is okay. And let me tell you one thing. When you are doing a systematic literature review, do not do it alone. Try to have 3 to 4 people in it so that you can divide the number of papers. Is that clear? Is that okay? Is this?
Ma'am, I have a question.
Thanks.
Yes, ma'am. I just want to know that I might have missed that when to use or and when to use and.
This is, let me tell you. Sustainable finance is similar words are green bonds, social और blue bonds. इसमें अब आप देखना चाहते हो firms और organization. मतलब ये आपका additional query है. ये एक चीज है. This is one. Sustainable finance in firms or organization. आप यहाँ पे you can put there as Indian firms as well. And Indian firms. Sustainable finance topic in Indian firms. So this has to be both. Sustainable finance के synonyms हैं green bonds, social bonds and blue bonds. These are the synonyms. But if your topic is sustainable finance in Indian firms, like let's say आप thesis कर रहे हो sustainable finance in Indian firms. So अब आप you can see this is one topic. This is one topic and India को भी आप और India को भी ऐसे कर सकते हो. What you can do is and India and firms or organizations. Are you getting me at this? This is synonyms of this. These are the synonyms. Let me repeat this again. What I'm telling you, let's say your topic is sustainable finance in Indian firms. Let's say this is your thesis topic, right? So sustainable finance, green bond, social, these are the synonyms of sustainable finance. And India, this is not synonym. ये आप देखना चाहते हो along with sustainable finance and firms.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Okay. So this is the papers. This is the number of papers that we have got. How much? 169. Right. Now, this is one thing. Okay. Now, यहाँ पे there is a button called as advanced query. Click onto this. And so what you will get is everything जो आपने search, the search criteria that you have used will come here. Subject area with subject area business. This is what we have done, limited to business management and accounting. You will see here, everything is here. So let me copy this from here into my, this here. This is my search criteria. Look at this. Why I'm writing everything over here? Because this everything that I have written over here will become a part of the research methodology of your SLR paper. Please remember whatever I'm writing over here on this page, like your keywords, initial documents found, final numbers of the documents, let's say 169. Let's say this is 169, right? Documents found, final. All this will become a part, and this query that we have put into the Scopus database, this also will become, everything will become a part of your research methodology when you are doing a SLR. यहाँ तक किसी को कोई problem, any problem that you have?
Ma'am, I have a question.
Is it clear to all?
I have used exactly the same keywords that you've used. Okay, parallelly, I was trying it on Scopus database, but the number of search results are fewer than what it showed for you. For you, it showed you about 6,000 plus. For me, it showed about 2,000 and change. Although
No, I tell you what. Because I changed the search criteria later on. I put these words later on, not initially. That is why it happened. Because I initially put this much only words, search criteria this much. Later on, I put this.
even at the initial stage, ma'am, even at the initial stage, when you've just entered sustainable finance, green bonds or social bonds, at level 1 itself, my results were fewer than your results.
Ma'am,
So
I
should
need
you
to
worry
check.
about it? Yeah.
No, it might be some, I must have put something else as well. I don't know. Kya?
Okay.
Blue bonds. You must not have put the blue bonds.
No, I've used all the 4.
Okay, that is not a major thing that I'll tell you later on. Na. You can always connect me. Because that must be some other issues. I don't know. Kya problem was.
Ma'am, can I ask one query?
Haan ji.
Ma'am, do we need to have reference for deciding the inclusion and exclusion criteria, or we can do it on?
No, we can do it off our own. Aisa kuch bhi nahi hai.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. So what we are doing today is your systematic literature review, right? So this is how you go for the search. Okay, so let me stop here. Let me tell you the research methodology part only we can talk. Research methodology part me. Let me tell you, this is one of the, so look at this research methodology part. I'll tell you later on how to extract the file. The file, this much of papers file. Ye jo papers hai 169 documents that we extract from here. I'll tell you later on. First of all, let me talk about this research methodology part of this. So it has 3 stages basically. When we talk about the research methodology part of SLR, it has 3 parts. First is planning the review, right? So what you have to talk about here is, look at this, exclusion, inclusion criteria here. Exclusion, inclusion criteria here, right? And the keywords that we have put, this whole thing, search query. This whole search query is to be put here. That is first phase of research methodology, that is planning the review. Exclusion and inclusion criteria. Can you see to this? What we have excluded: papers published other than English, articles in press, articles without abstract, right? Papers from different streams. Look at this. Paper from immunology, medicine, genetics, this all has been excluded. Even the books has been excluded. So what I'm telling you is the research methodology, first part, that is you're planning the review. First phase of research methodology of SLR, this is how you have to write. That is planning the review. Mein. You will write the search keywords. ये जो हमने सारा निकाला है, this whole will be put in here, planning the review, right? And inclusion and exclusion criteria. So what we have included, which papers we have included, and which papers we have excluded. Please, everybody, I request all, just read this. Read this. This is exclusion criteria and these are inclusion criteria. Papers published in English, articles with impact factor greater than 1. This I'll tell you later on. Articles related to business management, social science were included, right? So this all and all papers are Scopus index. So this is inclusion or exclusion criteria. Second is conducting the review, right? So usme what you will be doing is a Prisma framework. This is also a very, very important model. So this is the second model. अभी मैंने आपको क्या बताया? First phase बताया research. What we are doing right now is research methodology part of a systematic literature review paper when we write it. First is planning the review. Second is conducting the review, in which you write, you make the Prisma framework, right? This is a Prisma framework. So how do we do that? सबसे पहले, there are 4 stages of it. This, you know, if you, in the SLR paper, if you make more and more of the diagrams, so it is good for you because it gives more visibility to that of the editor or the reviewer, right? So here, this Prisma framework tells you how you search the papers from the Scopus database and how did you finalize your total papers from the Scopus database, right? So first, I told you to write it here, records identified using the Scopus database, total records, यहाँ पर you have to write. And what was the number? Let's say 6478 was the number. हमारा भी यही था ना? So उसके बाद screen किए. We did screening of the articles. Only the articles from the journal were included, right? So let's say we have excluded 100 articles and how many of we were left? 300 में से 100 गए 200. So at this stage we have 200 articles. फिर records were screened from in press. Okay, यहाँ पर what you can write is from other discipline also. From other discipline. You remember, like social science. We have excluded this from here. Just look at this. यहाँ पर we have limited only to business management and accounting. Economics, so these all were excluded. These all subject area was excluded. So because of this, our number got reduced, screened, right? Records excluded because it belongs to some other discipline, social science and all that. So the final number will come here. So let's say out of 100, out of 300, we have excluded 100. So how many is left? 200. Then again, we excluded some papers. So articles in press, not in press, ये यहाँ पे हम इसमें लिख सकते हैं. Articles, अच्छा यहाँ पर इसके अंदर हम eligibility, right? यहाँ पर ये ना लिख के ना हम क्या भी लिख सकते हैं यहाँ पर. Let me tell you this. Okay, so what we can write here is from other disciplines हो गया, फिर eligible इसके अंदर से कुछ हम read करते हैं, right? So what we do is we read those papers also. यहाँ पर you know all these papers that we have got, let's say we have got 169 documents. So you know when you take out this file, right, still you need to read these papers. All the papers, just listen to me what I'm saying. We have got this 169 papers right here. But still these 169 papers may not be of use to us. All the papers. Some of them need to be deleted because why it is to be deleted? They are not, they are irrelevant. Some of them might be irrelevant, right? So what you have to do is you have to remove it here. Or what you can do is, okay, let me tell you how to download it from here. You just select all these documents, 169 documents, you just select it from here. There is a button called as export and do that in CSV file here. Let me repeat this again. So what I'm saying is how to, let me tell you, how do we see that these papers are relevant or some of the papers are not relevant? So let me show you how do we do that. So these are 169 documents and some of the documents may not be of use. So how do we find those documents they are not of use? So what we will do is we will select all these papers, all the 169 documents, click on export and file type, click on CSV, select all this information and click on export here. So you will see there is one CSV file. Here, can you see exporting 160? You will see here in your downloads, go to your downloads and you will see this Scopus file. Let me open this. Just taking a few minutes to open this. Just give me a minute. Okay. You know, this file that you have got from the Scopus database now is your master database file. This is the most important file. This is the most important file. इसी के basis पे you will be writing your whole SLR paper. Most of the things that you do in your SLR paper is being written because of this file. This is a very important file. Just look at this, you know, at one place or one click. So what information you have got for different single paper. This much of information that you get for a single paper. Just look at this. Is it visible to all of you? ये सबको दिखाई दे रही?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Scopus file. Just let me. This is the title of the paper. Green bonds and environment sum. Year, title, volume, issue, page number, this, DOI and all that. And now what you have to do is you have to take out the abstract. There is a column called as abstract. So what you will do is select this and take it to another sheet, worksheet, right? You put it here and what you will be doing is here. So this is merge and center, wrap text. Oh, एक minute. Wrap text. Okay. So now you have got this file. Let me increase the font size of it. Okay, so this is your 169 papers. Look at this. Let me wait. Now, so your most important task here is, what is your most important task? Now you have to read this papers. This is the most important task that you have to perform. right? Let me tell you one thing. You know, this file can also help you to find out the research gap, to find out the research gap as well. ये मेरी बात बहुत ध्यान से सुने. What I'm trying to emphasize onto here is to find out the research gap for your topic. This file or this abstract, यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हो, you can see when you read this, right? So when you will read this, you will come to know the different models the previous people have used. I'm repeating this. What you can find out from this, the models used previously by by authors in their papers, right? And on the basis of this, you can find out the research gap, and you can make your own model as well. This file can help you do that, right? But anyways, we are talking about SLR. So what you will be doing here is, so you will be यहाँ से irrelevant papers. कुछ papers होते हैं ना, that is still आपने search तो करी है. You have done a search over here with the help of a Scopus database, but still some of them may not be of use to you, right? So what you will do is, you will, एक मिनट, मैं इसको ओरिजिनली खोलती हूँ, रुको एक मिनट, just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. Content. Prisma filter. Just opening one file. Just a minute. So what is that stage? Let me repeat this again. So what is the first stage in the Prisma framework? Let's come back to here. So I told you how to remove the irrelevant papers. So you have to read all this, right? So if you're in a group of 3 or 4, so you can divide the number of papers among yourself, right? And you can float a Google Sheet among yourself. And Google Sheet ke through you can make, all of you can write it there in the form of a Google Sheet. Everybody knows how to make a Google Sheet. Like let's say it is here. So you can Google Sheet, यहाँ से drive you can open and you can make a Google Sheet. Let me show you my previously work that we have divided among ourselves. Let me show you if it is easily available. Yes. So this is one of my paper. So what we have done is that it's a Google Sheet, right? So it's a Google Sheet. So it helps every author to write everything over here, like, and it is visible to all of us. So it is always good if you make a Google Sheet and you write the things over here, right? So this is one thing. So anyways, so what I was trying to tell you is total number of papers identified from Scopus is 300. Uske baad you excluded some papers, right? So how many of you have got from different, how many papers do you remove is, let's say 100, and you are left with the 200 papers, right? यहाँ पर आप अपने search criteria को भी you can mention that in different stages. Like हमने यहाँ पे time period को select किया है, तो आपने time period also you can write it, mention it here, right? You screen for the time period. Next आपने किस चीज के लिए screen किया? Articles in press or articles from other discipline. This is the next stage, and you are left with 100. Out of the 200, you excluded 100, and you are left with another 100. Right? And last stage is, anybody saying something? I think somebody mic is.
I have a question, ma'am.
Yes, please tell. Somebody's mic is open. Hey, Bala Subramanian ji, please switch off your mic. How to do that? I don't know.
Screen is not visible, ma'am. Can you please present the screen?
Actually, I was taking the question, in fact. Somebody wants
Okay.
to ask something?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, just one question. As you were talking about taking into consideration only one discipline like business and management or excluding these economics and social sciences. So, from the point of view of the publication, do the publishers look forward for the multiple disciplines to be taken for SLR or bibliometric?
Yes, we
or
can. Yeah, definitely. You can go for that. But here, initially, the number of papers that has come out was too much. So
Okay.
that is why to reduce this, we have taken only this stream. Otherwise, we could have taken economics, econometry, and finance, and social science as well.
Okay, so it is preferred
Right.
to you can take for multiple disciplines as well.
Yes, definitely. You can do that.
Okay, okay. Thank you, ma'am.
So this is your Prisma framework, right? So in the last, what we have done is we have excluded all those things that is irrelevant or theoretical papers, right? So the numbers, final number that has come out was 64. So Prisma framework tells you what? This is an important part. Please remember this. If you make a Prisma framework, you know, what does it showcase? That how you extracted the papers from Scopus or any other database. Is this point clear to all? So Prisma framework is very, very important, right? I told you one thing. Please remember this. If you make more and more diagrams, right? So your paper becomes more visible to the authors and to the reviewers and the editors. So it is always recommended to have more and more diagrams, right? So this is one diagram that is called as a Prisma framework, and some of the authors, they make a little difference in this Prisma framework. That can be according to the way they want it. Some changes can be done. Let me show you. Let me see this. There is one paper. Let me open this. Give me a minute. It's opening up. There is a PDF file. There are different diagrams, and if you make इसमें थोड़ा changes भी करके you can make it. Let me open this. ये थोड़ा time लेता है. Skip में हो गया. Look at this. Can you see this paper? So in the research methodology, we have made a Prisma model and they have made this elaborated diagram. This elaborated figure they have made. Let me, can you see? What they have done is defining the research questions. So they have written the research questions as well into this. Then the scope and boundaries of the study, keywords they have written here, time frame of the study, conceptual boundaries, and scope of the study. They have selected only the papers, that is ABS journal ranking, empirical, conceptual, and electronic database. Look at this, the way they are mentioning. Next is study identification, screening, and selection process. So this is the next thing they have done it. And last is analysis and synthesis. So this is another diagram that you can also make in your files, in your SLR paper, right? This is also, I'll share all these with you, right? So this is the second step of the research methodology part. What is the third phase? That is reporting of the results. So you will be telling here what are the different things that you are going to do in your data analysis part. So I have Just say like if you are using the ADO framework, PCCM framework, I'll tell you what exactly it means. ADO framework, PCCM in your data analysis and interpretation part. So this is your next part that is called as a data analysis part. This is the third part. Let me tell you this what. So I have only talked about till now the SLR paper, research methodology, how to write it. Why I talked first about it? The reason being because this is the most important thing is like you decide the keywords, you decide the topic, decide the keywords, right? And on the basis of the keywords, you get this file from the Scopus database. So side by side, you can write your research methodology part, right? Simultaneously, you can write. The moment you are getting this file from the Scopus database, so what you can do is you can make this research methodology, right? So this is the research methodology that we have talked about. I hope this part is very, very clear. I'll talk about the other sections also of this. Is this part clear to all? Please raise your hands.
Madam, can you share some papers where we can get some reference of research methodology where nicely written?
Okay, yeah, I'll definitely do that.
Ma'am, ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, yes, you're audible. Yes.
Ma'am, you had suggested that we could pick up this flow chart and use it for our
yes,
SLR.
Definitely.
So, will that be again under PLAG kind of thing, or is it okay to
No,
pick
no,
up
actually, no, actually, it will be your, it will be for you, no? Like defining the research questions. The research question will change according to your study. The scope of the study will change. All these things will change according to your study, not this study, no? And this will be, you can put this as a figure, not a table and all that. इसको figure में convert कर दो. और वैसे भी it will be different for you. For every study, it will be different. ये सारा कुछ it will be different, ना? The research questions will be different, scope, conceptual boundaries, everything will be different for everyone. Are you getting me at this?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can hear. Yes.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yes. So let's move ahead. So,
Madam,
okay,
sorry to interrupt. Actually, I joined just 10 minutes late. So actually, I am trying to log into Scopus database, but the document access is not there. Only author search window is there.
yes, because you do not have, like, you won't be having a subscription of it. No? Our college is having a subscription, so that is why I'm able to see this.
Okay, ma'am. So in that case, I have to take help of someone who is having the same access. Right?
Yes, bilkul, very true.
Ma'am, is there any other website or any
Yes,
database?
Google Scholar, Web of Science. Google Scholar is also, but jitna Scopus ya Web of Science is helpful, na? Open platforms is not that helpful. What you can do is, let me tell you one thing. What you can do is, you can collaborate with the people. You know, you do not need to have this by your own. You need to you can collaborate with the people that is having an access to it.
Okay. That's why I was just searching from since long, but I was not getting the link of this.
No, it will not.
Okay, thank you. Can you share the Excel, download Excel in the chat box? That's how I can proceed with the work. Will you please download the Excel of the Scopus in chat box?
Okay, I'll do that. Abhi kar de. Just give me a minute.
Thank you.
Okay, so this is another way. This is one of my student paper. So what she has done is like she has written this research methodology part like this as well. Database is focus, articles, parts searched, title, abstract, and keywords. Which field we have searched business and management, and what are the search string, and what is the time span. Inclusion, exclusion criteria. Look at this. This is another thing, right? So this is your research methodology part when we talk about this thing, right? So let me move ahead. So let's start with the introduction part.
Ma'am, I have one doubt. Ma'am, because nowadays everyone are using AI in research also. So now let us say some 160 or 150 research articles are there. So is there any way that we can use some AI to, ma'am, quickly do the research part? I mean, review the literature part
Yes, I
and
think
complete the research
ChatGPT
methodology?
also helps you in doing that. ChatGPT के through भी आप कर सकते हैं. I have not used that, but I have heard that you can use that ChatGPT as well.
Okay, ma'am.
There's one more also, ma'am. There's a Google Chrome extension named Scholar C. And once you do that, there are many articles that can be actually
Which one?
reviewed
Google
through
Scholar.
that. It is a Google Chrome extension. The extension's name is Scholar C. SCHOLARCY.
Acha, Google Scholarly. Okay, right. Nice. I'll try to use that.
हाँ जी मैम.
अब आजकल there are many tools that have come up. There is no
बट
doubt
फिर
about it.
भी मतलब उसमें थोड़ा सा डाउट ऑफ मतलब आपको फिर भी खुद से चेक करना होता है मतलब नो एआई इज फुल प्रूफ.
I agree. I totally agree.
And at a later stage, the similarity index really shoots up.
So which one you are telling the extension?
Scholarly.
Scholar?
Google Scholarly, right?
Scholar C. SCHOLARCY. Scholar C. I'll write in the chat.
Better. Thank you.
Anyways, so let's start. Let's talk about how to go for the introduction now. So let me tell you, when we talk about the introduction of the SLR, so what all do we have to write? So give the meaning of it. Not exactly the meaning, like where all, let's say sustainable finance, where all can be, who all, where all we can, what is the importance? Let's say, okay, what is the importance? What is the importance of this topic? And talking about how to write the introduction. Abhi maine aapko, what all I have told you is about how to write the review of literature, right? Now I'm telling you how to write the introduction. So introduction may, let's say the topic is sustainable finance again. So what is the importance of this topic? So this is what you have to write. You have to start with it along with in-text citation. Index citation. And similarly, let me tell you one thing, write your references simultaneously, right? And try to, when you are writing this in-text citation, it should be latest. It should be latest, not very old. Like 24 is going on, so you can take the in-text citation from 2020 to 2024. Try to have the citations from this year to this year, because 24 is going on, so you can put the citation, in-text citation like this. So let's say we are talking about the introduction. So introduction, how will you start? What is the importance of this topic, right? And you can talk about the world as well, like which countries is using sustainable finance. What is this? What is the figures? Even if you figures like how much people are investing, how much countries is investing. So detailed information about this sustainable finance, even from the Google, you can put this and put it here, this data over here. Are you people getting me? How to write the introduction? This is what I'm talking about. So you have to write about the importance of this topic. Talk about how the world is doing about this, and what are the different figures, how much money is being utilized by the different countries in using this sustainable finance, right? And in-text citation and everything should be latest and from good journals. If you want a category journal, try to put reference. Try to put in-text citation and references from the ABDC, A category, B category journals.
Ma'am, can I interrupt?
Even if you want Q1 journals.
Hello?
Yes,
Ma'am,
yes.
this year of 2020 to 2024, I mean, do we explain the criteria why I have taken 2020? Why not 2017?
No. You do not need to do that.
So
आपको बस ये करना है, that's it. You must do that. नहीं मतलब I'm not saying that one or two, like जैसे introduction paragraph, if you are writing, so what you will be doing is like introduction में आप maximum ये वाले years के use करेंगे और minimum आप अगर आपको if you think it is required, so you can use the previously intake citations as well. But maximum what you will be using is from this latest years and from a good journals you will be using. If you want a paper to be published in A category, so try to get the papers, intake citation and references from a good journal. So this is what I'm saying, right? Uske baad, so what you will be talking about?
Ma'am, just one question related to this only.
एक मिनट इसको complete करो, उसके बाद I'll take that questions, please. And please, let me conclude this. Okay, why this study is important? This is also very, very important. Like you have to tell, like no research, no SLR has been done previously. So nahi hai, so that is why you are doing it, right? And why this? Iske baad, you will be writing the research questions as well. You know, the research questions you will be putting here. So this whole will be, I will tell you how to write the research questions as well. So, but this is what is required. I hope this is clear. Before moving to this, let me tell you how to write the research questions, and that is normally the same for all the people. Let me tell you how to do that. Research questions, okay. Just, I want each one of you to read these research questions. The one that I have selected. Let me show you one more paper. Just give me a minute. This is also important. Take a minute. This is the research questions. Let me show you this. This is from a Journal of Business Research. This is a very, very good journal. Let me, okay. Just read this, each one of you. Okay. What are the, okay, the research questions can be, use different kind of frameworks, right? So ADO model can be one framework. TCCM can be another framework, right? So research questions normally, when you are talking about an SLR paper, so please talk about, so do make a model. Try to use both the models, that is ADO model plus TCCM framework. Let me tell you, and you know, research objective questions includes this only. Let me take it there to the Word file. Research objective. Let me take it here. So let me increase the font size. Okay. So these are the, you know, these are the framework. Let me, before doing this, let me show you the framework. What exactly I'm trying to say. This is a figure. Okay. This is a figure. This is a figure for one of my papers. How do we get this figure? With the help of the previous papers. Like I told you, this is a Scopus data file. So from this database, we have made one model. And this model is called as a ADO model. This model is called as a ADO model, that is antecedent, decision, and outcomes. We have used it with one of the theory, right? So this is a ADO model, and this is very, very important. So when we are writing, when we are doing an SLR, so please, I always will suggest you either to go for an ADO model in your paper or TCCM framework in your model, in your paper. what exactly it means? It means antecedent, decision, and outcome. This is a model that we have made out of the previous papers, right? So this is a paper on impact investing. So what is the need? Why the people invest in impact investing? First factor is financial factors. What are the different decisions do they take, and what is the outcome of it? And this is related to some theory. This is the theory. This is the model, and there are other factors as well. There is other factors as well. So this is a part of the total model. This is what is important. Okay, let me, before proceeding to this, let me tell you one more thing about this. So what I have talked about is introduction. What is the first part of this SLR? That is introduction. Then comes the research methodology. Then comes the data analysis part. Data analysis is always there, you know that. Then comes the discussion, implications of the study, and conclusion, right? So these are the different parts of the SLR paper. Let me tell you one thing. In this, when we talk about an SLR paper, so these are the different headings. Different headings of SLR paper. There is no literature review here. So this is how it becomes different over here. Like there is no review of literature. Why there is no review of literature? Because we are making a model out of the previous papers, like this kind of a model, and this model is called as the ADO model, that is antecedent, decisions, and outcomes. This is very, very important when you are doing a systematic literature review. I will always recommend to use both the frameworks, that is a TCCM framework, and that is इसमें where it will go in here. आप कहाँ पर use करोगे इसको? You will be using it here, ADO model or TCCM framework. I'll tell you what exactly it means. Right. So this is your data analysis. There is no review of literature part here. So this is how it is different from the normal paper. This, right. So we have already talked about the introduction. Introductions where you will be writing about the research objective. So just read it now. I think maybe you will be able to understand what is your first research objective. What are the antecedent, decision, and outcome of CE on social media. This is, ये मैंने अभी आपको इस पेपर का दिखाया. So this is what they have written. What are the theories, context, and methods used to study CE on? What are the pathways for advancing knowledge? This. So this is how you have to write the research objective. यहाँ तक सबको समझ में आया? Please raise your hands.
Can you just
यहाँ तक सबको समझ में
repeat
आया?
the last line, please?
Which
The
last
last
line?
one, what you said about the last point which you said, how to write this thing, research objective. Can you just one more time?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So this is important. So what are the antecedent, decision, and outcome of, let's say we are writing on sustainable finance, in Indian firms. So this will be our first objective of the study. हम ये पढ़ना चाहते हैं. Research methodology is आपने, how did you extract the papers from the Scopus database file, and what are the how many papers you have included in your research, and how did you go for those papers. So that is all about your research methodology. And objective is where you fulfill your objective. Objectives that you write will be fulfilled in data analysis part, and where you will be using ADO and TCCM framework. And यहाँ पे research objective में what you will write is what are the antecedent, decision, and outcome of sustainable finance in Indian firms.
Okay.
Right. What are the theories, context, and methods used to study? Right. ये तो I told you, like you have to read the abstract. Please understand, you have to read the abstract, or maybe you have to see the actual papers as well. Like इसमें अगर आपको लगता है किसी में model है, you are not able to, you think this paper is, let's say this paper is very good. So what you will do is You will go to the actual paper, you will get this paper, PDF of this paper, and you read that paper, and you find out, you write down what are the important things of this paper. And with the help of this, you make these models like this. Unless and until you do not make a model like this, the SLR paper will not pass through to a very good journal.
Ma'am, one doubt I have. In this
Hanji.
ADO model figure, what you're showing, ma'am, you have used that McClelland's theory of needs in this. It is used in this. So we can use any relevant theory and then we can apply to this ADO model, right?
Yes. आप कुछ भी कर सकते हैं. That depends on you or your model.
Fine.
This is what we have done. इसके अंदर you can make changes as well. You know, there is a paper of Satish Kumar. Let me show you that paper as well. He had made a little different onto this. What he has done, this is a paper. Let me open this. He has made a slightly different model in this. Let me show you this last page. This is what he has done. This is the model, ADO model. He has made a little changes in the ADO model. I'll send it to all of you. He has taken the mediators, moderators in decisions, and outcome, it has kept the common for everything. I'll send this paper as well. So a little bit changes also you can make in your model, but this model only gives you a go signal. When you make this model in your SLR paper, it gives you a go signal. It means like the editor or the reviewer is going to like your paper. Because you are giving value from the previous papers. Like this is a model that has been made from the previous papers, right? What all the different authors, they think is important. So ye humne yahan par, we have put it here. This you can theory, you can do it of your own or otherwise you can maybe the other authors, they must have used some theory. So you can also link this with some theory if you think is okay.
So ma'am,
I hope
here,
it is.
yeah. So ma'am, here in decisions, so this, what are the 4 parameters that are mentioned here? This is a gist of, let us say, some 150 papers, right?
Yes.
Okay.
और यहाँ पर भी आप देख सकते हो सतीश कुमार के पेपर में. So what has he done? Mediators and moderators को he has taken in the form of decisions. You can make modification into this ADO model as well. Are you getting me? Like what he has done is mediators and moderators, like these papers, let's say these are the papers, इसमें they must have used some mediators and moderators, right? So what he has done is he has put this in the decisions, mediators and moderators, and consequences, like, you know, I have made it different. For each factor, I have made it different. So what he has done is he has written it combinedly. Can you see to this? And mediators and moderators he has written in between. Let me increase the font size of it. Just look at this, his model. There is a mediators and moderators in between, and this is your antecedent. This is your antecedent. Like यहाँ पर लिखा है demographic and social economic, age, marital status, gender, income, occupation, has written everything. Like in 2 parts, so what he has done is in 2 parts, so he has made one, and decisions में what he has done is mediators and moderators that has already been used in these papers. So he has written it here. And decisions, he has made it common for every thing. Have you understood this point? Is this point clear to all? Please raise your hands if this point is clear.
Ma'am, can I ask one query?
Thank you.
Ma'am, how we can identify the variables by using this? I mean, can we do it?
आप पढ़ो इन papers पे, you have to read these papers now. इसमें variables, the variables they have used it will be used in this model. This model. We have extracted, or what you can do is to be very honest. Like impact investing was the topic. So what we did was, यहाँ पर we typed in Google as well. What are the different factors that impact the investor to invest in impact investing firms. So I got some, and what we did is we tried to make a model out of it. Is it clear? And what you can do is, यहाँ से तो देखना ही है आपने. You can see from here as well into this file. And what you can do is, like, you can take the help of the Google as well to put these factors over here. I hope this is clear to all. ये सबको clear हो गई है बात? Is that clear to all? So let's proceed ahead. So till now, what I have told you, this is ADO model. And let me show you. Let me close it down over here. Okay.
Ma'am, just one question before we proceed further. Could you please contrast the ADO model with the TCCM so that we choose
No, it is both different. They totally are different. I'll tell you what exactly it is. I'll tell you, I'm coming to that also. They are both are different. You cannot compare them.
That's what I said, contrast.
Yes, I'm telling. That is theory, context, theory, context, and C is for conceptual, M is for methodology. 1 minute, let me tell you what exactly this T, another T is for. Just give me a minute. TCCM, theory, context and method. आप इसको TCM भी यूज कर सकते हो और TCCM भी यूज कर सकते हो. 1 minute, just give me a minute. TCCM.
Characteristics, ma'am.
Characteristic. Okay, yeah. So what exactly it means is, let me tell you exactly क्या होता क्या है. ये how to use this. मैं ये बता देती हूँ आपको. So what exactly you do is, like, ADOB also you used, and this also framework that you use. Okay, theory is the theories that has already been used in the previous papers. So just how do you find that out? You find that out with the help of your this papers, this abstract. So what you will be doing is, like, you will be going to each of the paper, you will be reading this abstract, and you will be trying to find out what are the different theories the previous papers has used. And so you will be making one table out of it as well. Let me see if it is there into this paper or not. Let me check this out. Let me show you this tables. 1 minute, just let me see. What are the different data analysis के tables हैं? Okay. No. इसमें नहीं है, मैं अभी आपको दिखा देती हूँ. Otherwise, a table like this will be known. Like this is a table based on the country of the study. मतलब ये जो papers, 196 papers that we have extracted, the author belongs to which country? So this is one table that you also have to make. So like this, country, number of articles, country, and number of. Similarly, so what you will be doing in case of a theory. So let's say this is a TAM theory, right? This is a TAM theory. And how many of the authors they have used it? Let's say 2. So this is how you have to write this. Are you able to understand? Or should I make another table? Let me make another table. Just let me show you this. How do we do that? Let's say this is a theory. Let's say this is theory, right? Number of articles. Again, this is theory. And number of articles. So TAM, let me delete it from here. Let me delete this. So what we will be doing is, so out of these papers, you will be searching the different theories different people have used. So this is one table that you will be making. Let's say first is TAM theory. How many of the authors they have used it? 2. Let's say another theory, that is McLean's theory, Gay theory. So let's say how many people, how many authors they have used it. Let's say 10. So like this will be one table. So TCCM framework, when we talked about TCCM framework, so T means the theory. And what does it mean? It means the theories that the previously authored, they have used it. So this is one table that you will be making. I hope it is clear to all. ये सबको समझ में आई ये चीज?
Ma'am, basically, we should find out the theories going through the abstracts, right?
Yes, yes. यहाँ पर what you can do is like there is another way. What I normally do is like यहाँ पर find में you write the word theory out here. So यहाँ पर it will show like in which paper the word this has been used. तो यहाँ पर आप इसको देख सकते हो later on. मतलब यहाँ पे click कर लो. ये look at this drawing on the attribution theory and conservation of resources theory. So you can see it will become easy for you to search which paper has a theory, which paper has used the theory, right? So next is the 10th paper. So यहाँ पर on the basis of this, you will be able to make this one table. Is that clear to all?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Next, हाँ
ma'am, so ma'am, we'll be making different tables for different theory. One table we'll make for theories, one table we'll make for characteristics.
Yes, yes. Context, one table.
One table will be for context. Okay.
Country. TCCM, if you have to talk about characteristic, context, theory, and methodology. Yes.
Okay. And in ADO, we'll be making one single model. In this, we'll be making different tables.
Yes. ADO means like I've shown you, this is the ADO model.
Right, ma'am.
Right? Yeah.
Right.
So
thank you so much, ma'am. Okay.
That's okay.
I
Okay,
have a question,
methodology.
ma'am.
Methodology table can be like this. What are the different techniques the previous authors they have used? Let's say conjoint analysis, correlation, decision tree, factor. ये उसके paper का है. This is for the previous papers that I'm showing you right now. Right? So this is methodology part. That is another table that you can make. Are you all getting it now?
Yes, ma'am.
Let me show you country table. This is also an important table. To which country the authors belongs to. So this is one table. Another table, this is also very, very important. This is also you must make, and these tables will go into the data analysis part. Let me repeat this. Let me repeat this again. So we have talked about introduction and research methodology. Next important is the data analysis. Data analysis may what you will be talking about is the ADO model and TCCM framework along with this country of the authors, right? आप इसमें journals भी कर सकते हो, journals of the study. इसमें आप time period भी कर सकते हो, time period of the study, right? और इसमें country हो गया, journal हो गया, publication house, you can do that,
Citation.
right? So all these can be made into the data analysis, but what I wanted everyone to do is like the ADO framework and the TCCM framework. This is the most important thing. You must do that. Achha, there is one more table my student has made. Look at this. This is the name of the journals. How do you get this names of the journals? So just look at it. This is sheet 1, Scopus, right? So yahan par you can see from here, this is the source title. Just select all this and take it to another sheet like this and increase the font size. So you can see from here, you can put this into ascending order. Now you can see it from here. So what are the journals in which this paper has been published? So what you will be doing is like, let's say this is first journal. So you will write the name of the journal over here. So what you will do is wrap text and how many papers from this journal? Only one. Can you see? This is only one. Second is this Academy wala journal. So you will write it here and you'll write the number as 1. So what is this? This is another table.
2.
This is 1. You'll put it here as 1 and like this. So what my student, she has done is, this is the name of the journal, right? Ranking also she has added another column to it, and how many papers belong to, यहाँ पे आप डाल सकते हो A category, how many papers are there, C category, B category. You know that now how to search for this. Let me tell you how to search for this is an important thing, you know. Let me show you ABDC journal list. You type in Google ABDC journal list 2023. Click on the first source that comes out.
An Excel sheet will come.
And this is the, here you can, Excel sheet you can download. This is one way. You can download the Excel sheet, or this is, yes, you can download this from here. This is the Excel sheet here. You can see from here. यहाँ से Excel sheet also you can download it here. Or what you can do is, let's say, यहाँ पर search भी दिया है. Let's say, let me put the name of one journal here and click enter. There is no journal that matches. Okay, so you can see it is A category. यहाँ पर भी दिया हो सकता है like this. So for each one of it, you have to do it. So this is what my student, this is my scholar's thesis work. So what she has done is for each of the journal, so she has tried to find out and the number of papers from that journals. मतलब ये तो you have got it from here, Scopus database file. These two columns you get it, like the name of the journal and the number of articles. Now, if you want to see,
ma'am,
whether this belongs to SCI, just a minute, whether it belongs to SCI, Q1 or which journal, so you can do it from here. This is ABDC ka source hai, and there is another source for understanding SciMago. You put the SciMago over here, SciMago journal and country rank. So what you can do is you put the name of the journal, let's say Kybernetes. It's opening, just give it a minute. Okay, so it is here. So you can see whether it belongs to Q1 and like, so you can see from Scopus to hai because now you can see from SciMago. If it is there in SciMago, it means it belongs to the Scopus, and it is Q1 as well. Just let me show you. You can see from here, it is a Q1 journal. Maybe this is another form of ranking, right? So this also you can see and mention it over here, right? So you can put it into your search criteria that you have searched for only those journals that belongs to A star, A or B category. So do not take, if you want your paper to be published in a very good journal, so do try to take it like this. Yeah, this table is also very important. Year ka also you can see from here. So you can see from here, this is the year. Take it to another sheet like this. Put it into ascending order. Sorry. Yes, ascending order. So 2001, 2000. So this is another table that you can make. 2001. Let me increase the font size.
मैम ये तो Scopus से ही मिल जाएगा ना मैम?
हाँ वही बोला मैंने.
नहीं मतलब कि इसको ये हमको करने की भी जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी ना, हम तो डायरेक्टली वहीं से ही ले सकते हैं.
कर सकते हो और ये खुद भी कर सकते हो. Yes, I'll show you that as well. मैंने अभी नहीं दिखाया वो चीज.
Analyze results.
Yes, मैंने अभी नहीं दिखाया analyze results.
Okay.
I'll show you
Okay.
as well. ठीक है. This is another way. Like this is 4 numbers, so you can put it here as 4. 2003. So you can put it here. Let's say 2. So this is another table that you have got, right? So these are important tables. Okay. So if you want, I can show you right now. There is another way to do that. This is one way to find out this. There is another way to do that. That is called as, here in the Scopus, there is an option that is called as Analyze Results. You click onto this. So you can see from here the year wise how many paper belongs to which year. So this is the data. Can you see? Let me increase the font size. You can see from here. These results, you can get it from Scopus database as well. Right? So here there is an option called as export. So you can export this as a CSV file export.
Sorry, ma'am, can you again please show us how we can get it this from Scopus database? I must be.
There is an option here, Analyze Result. Can you see to this? Let me increase the font size.
Yes, yes.
This is Analyze Result. If you click onto this, you will be directed towards this sheet. So this is being made by the Scopus database itself. खुद से बना हुआ है इसी. And there is an option called as export over here. Can you see to this? तो इसको export करोगे, so you will get this file. ये 10 years का लेता है. इसमें
10.
Let me show you. It's opening. I hope it is getting clear to all of you. Is it clear? Please raise your hands in the meantime. The file is getting open. Are you able to understand? Please open up. Please raise your hands. Any questions?
I have a question, ma'am.
हाँ जी, हाँ जी. Please
Ma'am,
ask.
ये जो country wise author का, what is the implication of that? Why do we
We
want
want to
country
see
wise?
actually which country is having the maximum number of people who is working on this area. तो ये आप research gap में भी डाल सकते हैं. अगर आप इंडिया से हो, and if India में less studies, so you can put this in research gap as well.
Ma'am, another
Okay.
question. Could we include this SLRs in our SLR? Any previous SLR?
No, I'm not able to understand. Can you please repeat?
Like when we put in the keywords in Scopus, and there are
Yeah.
169 articles, but then only after going through 169 articles, we'll find out that maybe one or two are already literature review of the same topic. So how do we treat those
तो आप
kind of
उसको फर्क
papers?
कर दीजिए ना. नहीं, आप एक काम करो. एक तो उसमें just try to see, we also see like एक topic था ESG के ऊपर. So what we did was like we made a differentiation how our paper is different. Let me show you if it is there. Let me show you that. That is a very good paper of mine. Let me show you that. ये कल दिखा दूँ मैं उसको आपको. I'll show it to you. Definitely I'll show that. Is that okay? I'll show you how it is different.
Yeah, it just said I was confused because in my topic I was getting many literature reviews. So I was
Yeah, that
wondering
is
whether to include them or not to include them.
No. Actually, अगर हुआ हुआ उस पे बहुत काम. So first thing you have to understand if many work has been done, so it is not required that you do it. And अगर अच्छा SLR हो, जैसे मैंने अभी आपको बताया like ADO framework, PCCM, maybe ये चीजें नहीं हुई उसमें. Let me show you. एक minute. Let me show you this.
Actually, जो पहले के literature reviews हुए हैं, that is global papers. So that is the reason I was asking the same question, that Indian firms को अगर मैं देखती हूँ तो मेरा topic वहाँ पे बहुत कम paper है. So that was the logic behind my
So if we can differentiate, let me see if I can show you that paper. अगर मेरे से एकदम से open हो जाता है तो मैं आपको एक paper दिखाती हूँ. Just give me a minute.
Sure.
I think it's in this paper. Let me see if it is. नहीं तो मैं निकाल के रखूंगी how it is different. No, I'm not able to see it right now. देखो कल तक का टाइम दो. I'll show you how it is different. मैंने भी इसमें ना मेटा पे पेपर है हमारा, तो उसके अंदर शायद यही है. एक मिनट पीछे. हाँ, okay. Now this is what it is. Just look at it. Previous studies. ये है. So what we have done is these are the previous studies. Can you see? Fred Brooks, this
Yes, ma'am.
Ewing and our study. Look at this. So how we have differentiated from the previous studies, what they have done and what we have done. Objective is different from the previous ones. You have also to see if it is different or not. Like if you're adding something good to your paper, then only you should go ahead. मतलब उसमें कुछ सब्सटेंस होना चाहिए जो पेपर आप करना चाहते हो. अगर किसी ऑथर्स में ऑलरेडी जो आपका कीवर्ड है और उसमें SLR अच्छे वाला किया हुआ है, then there is no need for to do that. But if you think you can add some value to it and you can add some new variables to it, then you should go for it. यहाँ पर जैसे ये वाला पेपर था तो इसमें हमने comparative analysis of the previous papers and our paper. This is our study, why we are going for it, and these are the previously done SLR or meta-analysis papers. Can you see to this? So we have compared this with our paper.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Ma'am,
So
one more question.
Yes,
Just
yes.
a minute. Yeah, ma'am. I was presenting this literature review in some conference, and the question I was asked that why did you only choose Cooper's database? Why not other database? And I found that question really can say not
Yes,
like suitable
no,
to be
that is
asked.
very important question. बहुत ही अच्छा question है. And what you can answer
Right.
to this is like Web of Science. मैं actually to be very honest, मेरे पास भी यहाँ पर access है Web of Science का, but you know that is a little जो Web of Science है ना उसको use करना it is a little tough. Scopus is very user friendly. Web of Science is not a user friendly, but still, and maybe it is not accessible as well. It is costly, you know. Web of Science and Scopus, जो भी आपको easily available आप वही करोगे and जो आपको user friendly होगा. So this is what I can answer from my.
Okay, and then they asked that if you have not used other database, then you might have missed something in your study. तो फिर ऐसे क्वेश्चन का क्या आंसर दे कॉन्फ्रेंस के अंदर?
क्या ना मैंने बहुत सारी ऑलरेडी स्टडीज ले ली हैं आपने.
Okay.
Ma'am, that could be the limitation of your
हाँ, that
study.
could be the limitation. Yes, yes,
हाँ,
yes. You can put
मतलब
this in
ठीक है.
the limitation.
So we can why I am asking question that we can relate on one database only, right? We can relate to one database. It is not required that we should go for Web of Science and Scopus and other.
No, it is not
Scopus
mandatory.
or
आप
Scopus
limitation में
okay.
दे सकते हैं.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Anything else?
Ma'am, can I
So-
ask one query, ma'am? Ma'am, if
Yes.
there are articles that are found which are less in number, so we need to add other, other database also. So for that, do we need any justification or we can just go directly for it?
No, you can add any number of database. That is not important. आप कितने भी use कर सकते हो. That is not important, right? Raji, I have stopped sharing. I have used right now. So because I think it's the time for me to move. Is that okay? We can take the queries tomorrow as well. Is it clear to all of you? सबको clear हुआ है? Please raise your hands. So you can take your I can take your queries if you have any more queries. So I can take it tomorrow as well, right? So we'll continue tomorrow as well, and I'll give you a overview also tomorrow for this, right?
Dr. Shalini, will you be able to share the documents that you have referred to? Session number 1, all the documents that you have referred to?
Okay, yes, I'll do that.
Thanks.
I'll share it with sir. I'll share it with Bholanath sir, and he will share it with you, right?